Hi, welcome to the very first episode of Door at the Top. Hope you all are feeling fabulous today. Have you ever read a self-help book or a motivational book or even heard maybe an actor, an author speaking or giving an interview about how they started right at the bottom and then through this incredible motivation and faith they kind of pulled themselves up to the very top? And if we all had this, we could do it too. I've heard this quite a bit. I love motivational speakers, and every single one almost that I've heard, they've all talked about this place, about being at the bottom and then somehow rising to the top and just having this incredible faith and know that they could do it and believe in the universe that it was going to happen to them. A couple of people that come to mind would be J.K. Rowling. She, everybody knows her story pretty much, she was on welfare, single mom, started writing in a coffee shop, and then now she's amassed the Harry Potter empire and has money coming out of her ears. Jen Sincero, she is another author. She is a motivational speaker, coach, even though I don't think she's doing coaching anymore, but a self-help author. She wrote How to Be a Badass and How to Be a Badass at Making Money. But she also talks about how she was at the bottom, had no money at all, and she changed her mindset, started tapping into this universal power, and is now, at the top, millionaire and stuff. And my story kind of starts with her because what started me on my journey was her book, How to Be a Badass at Making Money. And I say journey, but I use that loosely because I really only started yesterday. But the reason why it was important for me to start doing this and make my own YouTube channel is because I've always been curious about those people. Were you really at the bottom? I know this is your story and you're telling it, but you also need to tell this story to be able to sell your image or your book. Is this just a gimmick or a sales tool that you're using? I have no idea to really know if these people really were at the bottom or if this is just something that I've been told. So me, as I'm going to the top, that's the reason my channel, Door at the Top, is because I really am at the bottom. I really am at the very, very beginning of my journey. Like I said, I really kind of started getting everything going yesterday, but more on that and stuff. So I wanted to make this to not only share my journey with people and hopefully inspire other people to do it, but just to be yeah, I really, really am at the bottom, and there's going to be struggles along the way, but I am determined. I have absolute faith. I have huge amounts of optimism, and I know that one day I'm going to get this goal and I'm going to be at the top, and I am going to be rich, and I'm going to have money, and it may have taken me a while to get to this place in my life right now so that I have this motivation to get to the top, but it can be done at any stage. So welcome to my life at the bottom. So a little bit, so you know what I mean by bottom. I lost my job in May, so it's mid-August. I have been on unemployment since then. So I'm from the United States. I live in Michigan. Unemployment in the States varies from state to state, but if you've ever been on unemployment before, you know that it's much less than what you were making previously. So for me, mine is about a quarter of my previous monthly income. I don't have enough money to pay all my bills. Currently, I have just over $300 in my bank. My rent, my car payment are both due. I need to make a decision on which one I'm going to pay. I haven't paid my water bill at all, so I'm expecting a shut-off notice from them at any time. I do have a part-time job that I work in the evenings. I got that right before I lost my job in May. I make $9.36 an hour, and I work anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a week. Sometimes I do pick up more hours, but this other job that I got, it's at a retail store. I got the job because I really like this store, and I wanted the discount on their clothing. So I never got this job with an intention of it being an additional stream of income. It was solely for the purpose of the store has great clothes. I get an amazing discount if I work here. I have extra time in the evenings. Why not? So I do pick up some extra hours from that, but at $9.36 an hour, it really, doesn't equal much, and anything I make there, unemployment takes out of what they would give me, so I'm not ever really coming out on top at all, not even a little. I have a 3-year-old dog who has severe epilepsy. His medication is over $200 a month. He'll be out of that in about 2 weeks. I have a 15-year-old who is a new freshman this year. He's heavily involved in music, and rough estimate on how much that costs a month, probably anywhere between $200 to $500, depending on what's happening and what activities. But anybody out there who has a kid who is doing any sort of athletics or music program, or even if they're not doing those things, kids cost a ton of money right now. So that's my life, really starting with nothing, fully expecting a job offer this week. I know this because I believe in the power of the universe, and I've been manifesting it, and I got a sign from the universe last week that I would have a job this week. So I am fully aligned with my belief, and I know if I think it, and what you concentrate on, what you think about becomes your reality. So I know that this week I will be getting a job offer. I don't know the hows, I don't know the wheres, but that's okay. I don't need to know those things. I just know that I'm getting a job offer. So yay! I'll fill you in when it comes in, but I am expecting one on Friday. So yeah, that is exactly where I am at right now. What prompted me to do this is, like I said, I was listening to Jen Sincero's How to Be a Badass at Making Money. And there was a line in this book, and it is on YouTube. So if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. Both of our books are fantastic. But there is a line in there, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it said, ideas from the universe are gifts. And that just really struck me. It's going to be one of those moments that I know changed my life. Everybody who has started in this path or journey that says, here I was at the bottom, I was living in my car, my dog died, but now here I am a millionaire. But they all tell these stories that they have that one aha moment that completely turned their life around. And for me, that moment was it. So completely turned my life around. Last year I had this idea for a consulting business that I really wanted to start, but it never went any further than just the idea. I would think about it over the course of the year. I'd still think about the idea. I would kind of fantasize or daydream in my head about what that would look like, what the name of this business would be, but I never went any further. And so for me, my reason for not going further was I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start a business. I don't know anything about that. And so then I heard this line from Jen Sincero, and instantly that business pops into my head. And also at the same time, the idea pops into my head to go on Amazon, find a book about how to start a consulting business. Now this idea came into my head and I was completely floored. And I'll tell you why. Because I am a person who loves to learn. I am always taking a class. You can take free classes on Coursera.com. Take classes through them all the time. You can take classes on Khan Academy. I would do software trainings at work on software that I maybe didn't know how to use, but I would go online and take classes, watch YouTube videos until I became a master at the software so I could tutor and teach other people. So I am somebody who knows how to go out there and research and knows how to find the information I need and loves to learn about it and is willing to learn about it. But it never occurred to me in the whole course of this year to learn about how to start a consulting business. And I really think now, with hindsight, what was holding me back was my own subconscious fear saying, oh, you can't do this, you're not good enough to do this. So the thought that There's actually tools out there that are available to me. There are a ton of learning tools. It never once crossed my mind. But when it did, it was seriously like a hole opened up in my head and knowledge was just like pouring into it. So I did. I got this book off Amazon. It arrived last Friday. I started reading it over the weekend, and instantly I get all these doubts about, oh, this is too big, what I want to do. I have no idea. I have no capital. I don't know where this capital is going to come from. You know, I've got this kid to take care of. I've got all these responsibilities and bills. I don't have a lot of support around me. All my family's going to think that I'm crazy, blah, blah, blah. So this fear starts building up and I start psyching myself out. So one of the things that I have to start doing is when this fear hits, like I have to stop it instantly. And Jen Sincero talks about this as well in her book. Not that this is a review on her book about her, even though it is fabulous. Go and read it. This just happens to be the book that I was reading last week that got me to this point. So that's why I'm referencing her a lot. But she talks about moving through this fear and stuff. And if you're not doing something that scares you, then you're not doing it right. And you know you're on the right path when you're about to do something that's really, really frightening. So all these thoughts would come to my head and I would like immediately change my thought patterns on there. Like, it's okay that I don't know how I'm going to do that. I just know that I'm going to do it. And the universe will provide me with the how to do it. It's okay if it's starting to look too big for one person, because I know that I can do this and the universe is going to scale this back or make ways for it to work out. So taking those doubts and fears and turning them around into completely different thoughts. And I'm not going to lie, I have to do this a dozen or more times a day because that fear does keep building up. Even if you're like, oh no, maybe what if I'm wrong about getting a job offer this week? Maybe I'm just being blindly optimistic. Maybe the universe isn't going to give me a job. Maybe I read the signs wrong. Even that, I'll start to feel this panic and I will have to like immediately, kind of sit down and restream my thoughts in a different direction. Like, no, I will get a job offer because I trust in the universe. The universe has taken care of me before. It's given me jobs before. It's given me opportunity before. So why would it be any different this time? Why should I doubt that? Why am I going to doubt this very, very powerful creator in universe? Sorry, that's my dog probably barking at a squirrel. So yeah, I'm constantly refocusing my thoughts on whenever this fear comes up. So then yesterday, which was Monday, I had a consult with a coach. Jen Sincero also recommends getting a coach as well. Sorry, hopefully my dog's not too loud. I'll move a little bit closer. So annoying. Come here. Come here. Come here. So she recommends getting a coach. So I had a consult yesterday with a coach and I was talking to her about this idea and then like some of these fears that I had for it. And every time I would mention a fear that came up, she would give me like 20 different ideas. Well, have you thought about doing it this way instead? So she had all this completely different perspective on how to do things and ideas that I hadn't thought about before at all. So it was a really amazing experience and I was super transparent. I let her know what my financial situation is, let her know I have no capital to even get this off the ground. I can't even pay you at the moment, but I wanted to take a minute and consult and see, when I do have money, this is the right way to go. She was amazing. So she gave me 3 months free. And agreed to work with me. She also has a lot of contacts. She works with people that are starting businesses all the time. She also has contacts that she was able to give me to or connect me with. She has, she knows of grants that are available, all just a wealth of information. We really connected really well. We had good synergy together. She also believes in this power of the universe, which is really what I need, is these kind of positive thinkers around me. So I'm getting signed up and ready to work with her and moving forward with it. And I don't know where you know, it's going to go. I'm just right now just kind of writing down rough ideas what this business looks like, searching a little bit more about consulting. And as I do that, other ideas start to come into my head about what I can do to really get this whole, to create this whole vision. Even, it's not even, some of the things aren't even visions that I have seen or thought about, but sometimes I'll get an idea through the book or something, and it's a vision I knew that I had in my heart, but just hadn't come to fruition in my head yet, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at right now, and that is where I'm going. I'm going absolutely to the top. Yeah, so I mean, join me on this journey. You get to see it right from the beginning. I'm happy to like answer any questions, and maybe I'll even do some videos on like background and stuff, because I know I mean, because I've done this before, like, oh, you know, maybe you have like rich parents, or, you know, this background where you've had all this opportunity that's allowing you to do this now. I don't have any of that. And I'm sure maybe some self-help people out there do have that, but I don't. But I do sometimes question that when I hear people say that, like, oh, maybe you had family to support you, or you have really wealthy friends. I don't have any of those things. So I'm just doing it with this super blind optimism and absolute faith in the world that the universe is gonna take care of me. I'm really starting at the bottom, but I am going up, and I see myself going up, and I visualize myself going up, and I visualize this business, and I visualize the person that I want to be, and then I am the person I want to be. So what I mean by that is I have this very clear vision about the person that I want to be in this business, that I want to be in life, how I act, how I look, what I know, who I'm talking to, what I'm doing, what I'm spending my money on. And then I'm becoming that person right now. That is the person that I am now. Instead of waiting to become this person, I am taking all that and I'm being that person now. And that just brings all this to fruition a lot sooner. So yeah, so that's my beginning. Join me if you want. Ask any questions. I'm really not knowledgeable on YouTube videos, so this one might not be very good. I think the lighting's a little bit bad, but I'll learn as I go along. So the point is just starting from somewhere and starting where you are, and this is where I am. So let's go to the top together. Tell me your ideas or what's holding you back or something, and maybe I'll get ideas from future videos off of some of your comments. For now, I'm just going to make videos as things progress a little bit. So I have some books that I'm ordering about consulting that I'll be reading in, and then the next step is an actual face-to-face meeting with the coach to kind of get some things together. So I'll probably do another video once that gets going, or once my job offer comes in this week. So yeah, aloha to you all. Have a beautiful and fabulous day, and I hope all of you are on your way to living to the full potential of who you are and who you want to become. Bye-bye.